Herm Edwards, good guy or not necessarily the guy we thought he was? Well, that's a topic for another time, and we shall see as things play out at Arizona State. And people do, of course, make mistakes. All right, that's a topic for another time again. Let's hit it up for Arizona State football here in 2021. I have been high on this team ever since 2020 concluded, and of course, they only played 4 games and went 2-2. Jaden Daniels is awesome. He stepped onto the field as a freshman and suddenly pulled out fourth quarter comebacks against quality competition. They are loaded on the offensive side of the ball with returning starters. They should be healed up and rested up. That's certainly after only playing 4 games last season. But Arizona State is stocked and loaded to have a big season in 2021. But what is the psyche going to be? Well, I'm going to bank on the resilience of young people to focus on football and Herm Edwards as an inspirational leader to get it done. Let's look at Arizona State's schedule for 2021. It starts with a date against, big game against Southern Utah, followed by UNLV and at BYU. So not necessarily a daunting non-conference slate for the Sun Devils, so they can ease into the season. BYU is not going to be nearly as good as they were last season with Zach Wilson and company. So got to go 3-0. Non-conference. There's a possible slip up there. Obviously, traveling to Provo is never an easy task, but Arizona State needs to go 3-0. Then it all begins with Colorado and Pac-12 play, and that's when the games really count, because unless you think this team's going to compete for a college football playoff, of course, the non-conference games are just what they are. They are for rankings. Colorado's a win at UCLA. Difficult date, and we will see, as we expect USC and Utah to rule that division, who breaks out between, let's say, Arizona State and UCLA. Well, big game at the Rose Bowl there in week 2 of the Pac-12 schedule. Stanford is not necessarily a gimme at home. At Utah, enormous game for the Sun Devils, obviously. And then taking on Washington State and USC at home, another huge Pac-12 South Division game against SC, a team that Arizona State led by 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter before letting it slip away in the last 4 minutes against SC, 28-27. Then they go to Washington. So difficult back-to-back stretch there with USC and then in Seattle against Washington. And then they finish off with 2 games that they better win against Oregon State on the road and a team that they completely annihilated. What was the final score? Like 70-7 against Arizona, and the Wildcats are going to be just about as bad as they were last season. So for Arizona State, here's the deal. They go to Utah and lose. They go to Washington and lose, and they lose either the UCLA or USC game. Most likely USC, but possibly UCLA in the Rose Bowl. It's 6-3 for Arizona State. Possibly not going to be good enough in the Pac-12 South Division. We shall see. Unless they create some kind of logjam at 6-3, that's certainly a possibility with USC and Utah. 9-3 as Arizona State gets it done in all 3 non-conference games. Nice little 9-3 season for Herm Edwards, and then he faces the music of possible NCAA sanctions. Leave your record projection for Arizona State down below in the comment section, and anything else that you've got for us on the Pac-12 or college football this season. Of course, live streams and call-in shows all the time, content delivered every few hours here at the Voice of College Football. So please lock it in and tell others this is the place to be, right here at the Voice of College Football. See you next time.